Hey everyone, Coach Becca here, and today I wanted to go over 5 tips for new gym goers. Tip number 1 is it's okay to be nervous. The reason I'm saying that is because a lot of times people going to the gym for the first time are nervous, right? And you hear a lot of trainers or friends say, you don't have to be nervous, everyone started there. And that's totally true. Everyone started at a point where they didn't know what was going on, but I want to validate that it's totally okay to be nervous and you can still go even if you are nervous. Tip number 2 is just common courtesies around the gym. So things like wiping down your weights, putting your weights back, not having more than 1, maybe 2 sets of dumbbells with you so that other people have access to them. Also, things like being mindful of the other people around you. So not walking directly in front of someone who's lifting, not standing directly in front of someone who's lifting, things of that sort. So just be aware of your surroundings and pay attention to the other people around you. Tip number 3 is to take breaks between your strength sets. So do exercise A, exercise B, and then take 60 to 120 seconds. So 1 to 2 minutes of rest until you go back to your first set. So just because your heart rate is lower doesn't mean your muscles are ready to go again. So even taking maybe 30 seconds between exercise A and B, and then again taking that longer rest at the end of the second exercise before you go back to the first, this will let your muscles recover and will really give you the most out of your next set. Number 4 is a little bit more detailed. So basically with this one, I just want to point out to try and hit the main movement patterns. So that's going to be a squat of some kind, a hinge of some kind. So something like a deadlift or an RDL for your lower body, an upper body push. There should be a vertical and a horizontal if you can do both in the same day. So something like a bench press or a push-up for the horizontal, and something like an overhead press or a high incline press for the overhead. Next movement is going to be a upper body pull. So again, we ideally want to do a horizontal and a vertical. For the horizontal, something like a dumbbell row or a cable seated machine row, or for the vertical, something like a pull-up or a pull-down variation. Next is going to be some kind of a lunge. So we can do a lunge variation, we can do a split squat, you can have that rear foot elevated, front foot elevated, a lot of different options to do your lunge or your single leg variation. Last couple here is going to be an anti-rotation or an anti-extension for your core. Anti-extension is something like a plank or a dead bug, and anti-rotation is something like a kettlebell pull-through or shoulder taps. All right, and tip number 5 is going to be ask for help. Whether that's a trainer at the gym asking them how to use a piece of equipment, whether that's researching online, whether that's getting an online program from a coach or an in-person trainer. Anything to kind of make you feel more comfortable and confident until you feel good enough to go out on your own and know what you're doing in the gym.